lesson in analytics, we assume you already have your account set up. If not, you're going to go to www.google.com/analytics, click on the right side here and come to the Google Analytics. Then you'll be here where you can start signing up here and go through the process to get your website connected to an email address, a Google email address. You fill in your website, an account name, the industry that you're in, and so forth. You'll also click the little number here to get your tracking ID. So this is the number you're looking for, your tracking ID. And this script down here is what has to go onto every page of your website. There's some workarounds on that in WordPress sites. Or you can do Google Tag Manager, which is probably another tutorial in itself. But this script has to go in the header message on every page of your website to get you up and running with Google Analytics. So hopefully you're at least this far into the system, and we can continue with some things that are a little more meaningful. I want to show you now what it looks like to be in an account. This is actually, there are multiple accounts associated with this Gmail address, and under each account there can be multiple properties. I'm going to try not to show you that. And then over here, this you can go ahead and look at this. All website data is the unfiltered view of the account owner. They just had signed up for analytics and not done anything with it. And then when I came along, we made some views here for me. They made a TD active view, a TD master view, and a TD test view. Actually, they just gave me the rights to make my own views. And I did that. See, down here you can create a new view. See where it says create new view, okay? So this is the way you get multiple views and the way you just preserve the pristine data that comes in case you're concerned about somebody messing with your data. So this is all in the admin menu. See up here it says admin. But what we want to show you is over here in the reporting. Now I'm in the unfiltered view, which they had never done anything with their analytics. I've got a date up here. You can see May 1st through July 10th. I think they actually started even a little bit before that. Let me go back to April 1st. Okay. Now I want to look at over here. This left side column is where all the action really takes place. You know, you've got your audience, which is who's come into your site. Acquisition is how they were acquired, their behavior, what they do after they get here, and conversions. You set up conversions. Conversion can be somebody downloading a white paper report, signing up for your newsletter, your blog, registering with your site, whatever it is that you determine as a conversion. Obviously, e-commerce is converting of a sale. So those are set up. You know, it's a little bit farther down the road than what we're going to cover right here in the remedial lesson. But what I want to show you down here is in the acquisition under source and medium tab, which is, I want to focus in on these sources. Direct, that means somebody just typed in their website name and went to their page, okay? And that's a good one. Google Organic, it's a little suspicious because they had a 98.5% bounce rate, which is very high, over here in the bounce rate column. Slow website XYZ referral, okay? It had a pages per session of 1, average session per page is 0. You see over here, 100% bounce rate. 100% bounce rate, 1 page, 0. That's for this social buttons. And so on down the line. So you can see that there are at least half of these 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually 6 of these 10 have 100% bounce rate, the 1 page, and spent no time on it. So what that is, ladies and gentlemen, is spam. And these things have to be taken out of your data, otherwise your figures are always going to be skewed. So what we did was we left their data alone. I'm going back up here to admin and show you the views that I set up for myself. TD active, TD master should be the same as all website data, no filtering. And TD test is where I start whatever I'm going to do, so I can test it, make sure it works, and then I'll put it into TD active. So now in TD active, if we go back to their data reporting, and I think this one needs to be, you know, this constant vigilance required when you're doing this stuff in analytics. Okay, now there are sessions, and I think I still have the same time period. I actually didn't do this, get started on this until June. So actually, I only have 15 total sessions. Okay, but they have bounce rates that are like, well, here's 3 of them. A Facebook referral is 1 page, no time. Okay, that's a little suspicious. Something's going to have to be done about that. Here's another one that has 100% and 000. And then Google Organic had one other fake, phony website visit. So actually they had probably these 9 at the top were good. These 2 down here were pretty good, and the other 4 were bad, but at least they're a lot closer to being where they can have a true account of the visitors that they're getting, and then all these other things can start making sense when you go to things like behavior, their device. Are they using a desktop? Are they using a mobile device? That's important because your web page has to look good on mobile, particularly if that's the way most of your visitors are coming. Mobile visitors are actually more likely to probably call you than they are to email you as well. So that's another important consideration. You want to look at where they're coming from geographically, particularly if you're a local business. So there's a lot of things that are over here in this left side column that you're going to have to analyze. And we haven't even talked about some of the things of setting up campaigns and goal conversions and things you need to do to see if you're really hitting your targets when you're doing like social media posts, setting up your blog and so forth. So there's a lot over here in this left column, but a lot of people aren't even off of square one by taking out the referral spam. And we had an article about that in one of our blogs. If you go to Inkgility.com/blog, you will find a blog here that says spam-proof website data. Just put that into the search box, put in spam-proof, and this little article will come up. Put the WHAM on spam, filter malicious infiltrators, advanced segments, and retroactive filters. That's a very helpful article. You should check that out. Back here at our analytics page, though, we can show you also that in the admin and the filters. So on this side, I filtered out my IP address so that when I go to this site, I'm not counting the statistics. This is another person involved with the site, and we filtered out her IP address. And these host names and this I Love Italy spam, we excluded this one and included that one because that was a host name that we wanted to make sure we got in. And we also had some automatic filters for the automatic filtering that they do, which is, I'll show it to you right here. I think it's in any kind of view settings. Come on up. Come on up. There's a little check mark you have. Yeah, it's under view settings. Don't go away. Right here under view settings, if you scroll down, bot filtering. That keeps the search engine crawlers from being counted in your data. So that's another thing that you should check. So in the admin, under the account user management, you're going to add permissions for, and you put Dushinsky, D-U-S-C-H-I-N-S-K-I at inkgility.com, and then over here you give me all the permissions except for manage users. Give me edit, collaborate, read, and paste, but you don't have to give me manage users. Make sure you put notify by email and click add. And then we will be able to, I've already been added, so that's not active there, but once you do that, we will be able to work on your site.